WWE are building Roman Reigns to be the greatest of all time. Plus, Volta is joining SmackDown in the UK, and Bo Dallas returns to wrestling. It's all in the wrestling news right now. The greatest of all time. Roman Reigns. Now, this comes from sources close to WrestlingNews.co, who say that WWE is building Roman Reigns to be the greatest champion in the company's history. As part of that, the plan is that he's going to break Brock Lesnar's record for the longest Universal Championship reign as well. And with the Reigns and Lesnar facing off at WrestleMania 38.
I forgot it was Lesnar who beat Buddy Rogers and then had a cumulative, 2 reigns for 11 years combined, wasn't it?
He certainly did Brock Lesnar. I mean, you had some really salient points to make about this.
I just believe that if you're a company that is so steeped in its own history that you're really pushing the then, now, forever all the time, and I'm going to go on a little diatribe here, so I apologise.
Tribe away, sir.
But
diatribal chief, if you will.
I think if you want to, be that company with the rich history that you keep going back to selectively, stop being selective. If you want to make Roman Reigns the greatest champion of all time, you need him to hold that belt for about 5.5 more years. And I think, yes, people would tune out. Yes, people would get annoyed. But can you imagine the pop when he eventually drops it? You've got Brock Lesnar is who they're touting here, apparently, in this report. 688 days over 3 reigns with the Universal title, 686 recognised by WWE, and his longest reign was 504 days straight, or 503 recognised by WWE. Now you've got Roman, currently 486 plus days over 2 reigns, 485 plus recognised by WWE, and his longest reign is 422 plus, which is his current reign. Now, then you just go back to a long list of champions who've held the belt for longer, but the main one that stands out, if you are wanting to say greatest of all time, is Bruno Sammartino. 4,040 days over 2 reigns. Reign 1 was 2,803 days. Reign 2 was 1,237 days. If you got rid of 2 sets of world titles and made 1 world title and maybe introduced some more secondary belts, I would really get behind whoever was holding that belt more, because they are the WWE World Champion.
And that is a very valid point.
There's 2 of them. How am I supposed to, I don't...
And also, Roman Reigns is holding. Whenever
they wrestle, it's always, sometimes you get a double champion situation, but it's mainly just like, a screwy finish, or it's inconclusive, or it's non-title. Just give us 1 world title for men's and for women's. Give us tag belts, give us more secondary belts, and just let Roman hold that belt for 5.5 more years.
Fine.
I'm fairly sure you can get another belt to be just as important if you try hard enough. And I know that I'm an old man, I'm banging on about Bruno Sammartino, and half of you don't care.
No, but that's true, though.
They want to make him the greatest of all time, have him beat Bruno's reign.
I think they seem to rush to numbers so much. We talk like there's a...
And if they're talking greatest Universal Champion of all time, the belt's like 4 years old.
Well, this is it. Roman holds the lesser belt. And I know... No, it's the lesser belt in terms of lineage.
Blue. The WWE Championship is the World Championship for that company. It always will be. The Universal title is... It's that.
The only belt with less lineage is the women's tag team titles.
And it's
true.
I'm not saying that the belt's less important or anything. It's just that when I think of world champion in WWE, it's the black strap.
Yeah.
But even then, if you had 2 sets of world titles and it all stayed how it is, just let him hold the belt for longer. Let him hold the belt for longer.
You have so many belts that you could give somebody that monumental reign with. And also, here's the thing.
Can you imagine getting a good enough story to make the IC the more important belt?
This is it, the Intercontinental title. This is it. You've got the Intercontinental title, whereby you have a belt that you can work with and have defended constantly and have title changes constant, and you can have a consistent
to a megastar as well.
Yes!
It's a big, important belt. By putting it on a megastar, it makes the belt more important.
I'm sick of the disrespect the Intercontinental title gets. It just kind of gets...
But you can even spin that into a story against Roman holding onto the belt and refusing to defend it or whatever, but just give Roman the belt for 5.5 more years. That's all I ask.
That's all we want, for goodness sake.
Probably lose thousands of viewers. I'm sorry.
No, I think you're right. I stand by it.
Well, it'd be millions of viewers, wouldn't it? But I would... Could you imagine who would defeat him after that long, and he gets defeated... Oh,
that's how you become the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
and I think as well. This is we won't labour on it too much longer, but like, or maybe we will. Like the fact that they label it as such, it's like, we're going to make you the greatest of all time. No one said to Bruno Sammartino, we're going to work and book to make you the greatest of all time. He just went out and did.
He was an organic, everybody,
it was organic,
like everyday hero type figure. Like everybody could get behind him.
It was organically done. We did a video yesterday with
Roman's heel turn's been organic as well. It's just like just
Roman's doing fine.
Let it go. Just let him hold that belt.
I have no issue with holding it until WrestleMania 40, then have Braun Breaker beat him.
With WWE to allow Roman Reigns to hold the belt for longer, but here we are.
100%. I want him to hold it. But I'm with that. I'm fine with that. I want him to hold it till WrestleMania 40. I want Braun Breaker to beat him. That's how you make a star.
Unless you want to call up Braun Breaker next week and have him beat Roman.
Don't do it.
And call him a Steiner.
The only other person that had a longer reign in wrestling is in modern wrestling is Volta, the former WWE UK champion, held that belt for 1,000+ days. Him and Kaylee Ray on the UK brand. I mean, the brand was shut down for a while, but regardless, it counts. It counts.
Well, yeah, days don't stop.
Days don't stop. Tea's gone cold, I wonder why. Volta is back on the road for WWE, isn't he, Sam?
Yes, so he's going to be making stops with WWE on their UK tour. He's advertised for Liverpool on the 7th of November, Leeds on the 8th, and Nottingham on the 9th, and all three are SmackDown branded shows.
So I wonder whether they're just toying with the idea of having him on the blue brand.
I was going to say maybe not read too much into it because Volta's such a big name on the UK scene.
I'm going to read loads into this.
That it may mean that, it's like, well, Volta's a draw in the UK.
And he's knocking around.
So, and we can bring him in, and, if some magic happens, then run with it. Go for it. Get him on SmackDown if he wants to do it. But I'd say, it's a safe get. I want to see Walter wrestle whenever I can.
I think I know what they're going to do. I think they'll have every night, they'll have Sami Zayn come out and talk about being disrespected about not being on the card. Volta chops the bejesus out of Sami Zayn. I think that's what's going to happen.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to see Walter
put him over like Rover.
Just have him come out and answer some open challenges.
That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I'd like that a lot. I'd really like that a lot. Panini. Exciting! Now I'm a Panini kid. Like they did the sticker books back in the day.
People in the chat yesterday were like, "They're still around." It's like, you've seen sticker books, right? They still exist. So they've not gone anywhere.
But Panini have become they buy it done. Everyone's online now these days. Panini have become the exclusive trading card partner for WWE. This ends their deal previously and with Topps. And they're planning to do a trading card game in 2022, like a physical trading card game.
It'll be nice, but they've done it before, and it never quite worked as well as I think they hoped, but then that was during the Pokemon craze, and it felt very rushed. So the one thing over here is, like, I never really got into the Topps cards. I know Topps has a more, like, a more close history with sports and stuff and trading cards in the US. But over here, I don't know, like, when I was a kid, I just didn't quite like the big flat kind of cards. So hopefully Panini's got something new and interesting, like maybe take it in a completely different way.
I just like the physical cards.
Yeah, that's
so like maybe moved away from stuff like WWE Champions.
Yeah, give me a Stone Cold Shiny.
Yeah.
And don't make the shinies full shinies, do them Pokemon style classic. Just a little window. Nobody likes lazy full shiny cards.
That's a quote. That is. Get that on a tea towel.
It's like you got them, from some market stall in Benidorm, and you go home and you try and convince your mates to trade you actual Pokemon cards for them.
Oh, that's a lovely callback. That is.
Yeah.
Like that a lot.
People trying to screw you with the holiday cards, and then you get it and it just peels off and it's a sticker. Awful.
Scumbags out there. Don't have nightmares. Finally, some great news if you're a believer. Bo Dallas is coming back to the wrestling world. He's been away, he's been doing his thing. I think he's been farming.
Yeah, he's just kind of cracking on, doing his do, and I'm really happy for him.
WrestleCade tweeted last night, welcome Taylor Rotunda, formerly known as Bo Dallas, to WrestleCade Revenge, Benton Convention Center, Winston-Salem, for the 26th to the 28th of November. So no match, no segment confirmed. It could be an appearance, it could be a match, it could be a signing, but either way, just nice to have him in the mix.
Looks good on the poster as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like he looks a bit more rugged, a little bit more angry. Yeah.
Give me that noise.
Be nice to see a different side to him if he is to make a return, because I think he's been kind of forced into that one-note box, hasn't he, by WWE for such a long time.
It was also confirmed last night for WrestleCade, if you're going to the event in Winston-Salem, Eric Redbeard threw out an open challenge that's only been answered by former ROH champion PCO.
This is just going to be meat slapping meat, and then some really, really, really scary dives to the outside.
By both men.
It's going to be a great match, like, for sure. It's just going to be like proper old school knockdown big lads.
Give me the big lads slapping meat. Thank you very much.
Give me the big lads.
Give me the big lads. Hey, these two lads did a brand new episode of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review. It's on the podcast feed right now.
And I had a whole sexy rating system for this week's episode.
Genuinely, outside of My Dad Wrote a Porno, it is the sexiest podcast you will ever listen to. It's on the podcast feed for you right now. And Jack and Owen are back later with Football Manager. Cultaholic FC continue their strive to greatness at twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Until then, stay safe and love you. Bye.